Hello everyone, this is the reading for the lovely sign of Leo. We'll use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading, Leo. I have given them a really good shuffle. And I'll go a little bit more just to be on the safe side. All right. Queen of Pentacles coming through. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo here. The Queen of Pentacles is a very earthly energy, and it's the feminine earthly energy. So it's representative of like the nurturing. It is about mother figure. It can be about wife, but certainly someone who's nurturing, caring, and very focused on the natural things in life. It's this practical, organized energy. But the Pentacles do represent our resources, for example, money. And we do see the Queen of Pentacles being a little focused on her resources at the moment. So this could be somebody you're dealing with. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's sort of really fixated on their own stuff at the moment. Or it could be you being a little bit more focused on your work, your job. You know, maybe you're trying to get a house up and running. Maybe you're building a house. But somehow or another, I feel like here you're being very focused on your own needs. Self-nurturing. Oh, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles right behind that. So for all the shuffling, I have a King and Queen together. So for me, this is the husband and wife duo, the partners. These are two people who are building together. But at the moment, they're both very focused on their own things. They're not really looking very emotionally towards each other. They don't seem to be open with each other. They both seem to be very focused on their own needs here. All right, so there seems to be some sort of choice in regard to this, some sort of new direction that needs to be taken. Sometimes these Two of Swords can mean a very strong conversation that nobody wants to have here, or a decision that needs to be made that nobody wants to make. So let's have a look at what's going on here. All right, so you have the Page of Swords. All right, what I'm feeling here is you may be in a relationship with somebody. Or you may be able to go, you may be on the verge of going into a new relationship. And I feel this is new. I don't feel these two people have really started to build together yet. I feel like they're both focusing on their own needs. They're both focusing on what they believe is possibly part of the relationship. But when I see the Two of Swords, I feel like some sort of decision is going to be made here to take things to the next level. There is definitely a decision here on whether it is worth working on with the Two of Cups. Yeah, that's really interesting because the Queen of Cups. All right. Okay, I can see the story unfolding here. I feel like you've just met someone. I feel like you're feeling that this person could be your person. If you haven't met them yet, it's probably about to happen. This person for you is a person that you see yourself building with. I feel like you already have love. You're already feeling it. But at the moment, you're both very focused on your own stuff. So you're not really ready to build together. But I feel like a decision is being made to take things to the next level. I feel like there's some anxiety around the way you're feeling here because I feel like you're already feeling quite attached to this person. But this stage of this relationship is being put down and you're moving into a new time here. There is an offer coming through here that will bring greater balance to the relationship, and some sort of strength is coming through here. And then we have the King of Cups. How beautiful. So you're both moving from the King and Queen of Pentacles to the King and Queen of Cups. At the moment, you're still building separately. There doesn't seem to be that energy of building as a couple, but it's coming. I feel like a decision is being made as to whether to move forward here and how you go about doing it. You both see each other in your life for a long time. You both have this beautiful energy of wanting to build with each other, but it's got to be something that you're going to talk about and make some sort of decision on. So it's definitely moving to the next level. Right, so there's the ending. So maybe you've been dating someone for a while. Maybe you're going to get into dating someone. And it's sort of like it's going to end with the dating and you're going to move into a new time. I can't help feeling here though, you know, when you first sort of start dating someone and you don't trust the energy and you're sort of always looking for things to go wrong, or you're always thinking like, I'm falling for this person, are they feeling the same way? And you tend to sort of get into this not trusting energy because you can't see what's going to happen again ahead of yourself. But what happens is you tend to get sort of stuck in this not trusting, over questioning energy here. And I feel that's what's coming to an end. So it's that whole thing of, you know, do I fall in love with this person? Because what happens if they don't love me back? What happens if this, and what happens if that? Because we don't trust where we're being led. And maybe your person is going through the same energy with that Ten of Swords. All right, Wheel of Fortune. So something's about to turn in your favor. There is a change coming here. And again, the change feels to me like this is either resulting in some sort of conversation about where we're going and do we want to get on the same path together rather than traveling our own paths. Which it does feel like at the beginning, like you're both sort of traveling in a different direction, especially with that Two of Swords. So the Star card is here, which is really beautiful because this says to me that you do have a destiny together. You are meant to be together. And I feel like perhaps you're both sort of tripping your own path at the moment and your paths haven't collided. So you may still be dating, you may not have moved in together, you may be what you want, but you're waiting for the other person to make the moves. Really rest assured with this Star card that you are meant to be together. But this is that sort of stress and worry that's coming to an end here. Now again, this is sort of like victim mentality. You know, is this happening? You know, why does this happen to me? You know, I meet someone, I'm not sure where I'm at. This is all the stuff that goes through your head here. But this is coming to an end here. So something, it's like the universe is sort of saying to you here, you know, you are moving in the right direction. You need to just sort of take it every day as it comes. Because there's definitely a feeling here that things are about to change in a beautiful way. All right, Two of Pentacles energy. This is where I say to people sometimes, don't come from your emotional state. Have a look at things logically. You know, sometimes when somebody doesn't show us love in the way we need to see it, we think they don't love us. But maybe you need to see things differently. I would say it's really good to look at that 5 languages of love to understand people sometimes. Sometimes we want lots of affection, but maybe your person is not an affectionate person. Do you expect them to be the same as you? And is the relationship a deal breaker if they're not? Maybe it's something you need to talk about. But it could be that your person does acts of service. Maybe they want to always make you breakfast in bed. Maybe they like to, you know, do things for you that are really nice, and maybe that's their way of showing love. If it's not your way, it doesn't mean that their way is wrong. It just means you have to have those conversations to make decisions on whether you're on the same page. But this is very, very much about being logical as well as emotional. You have a choice here. If you want something for a lifetime, you've got to be prepared to see it from different perspectives. It isn't all about the way you see things. And it does happen. I do know that it does happen. You know, people will say things like, oh, you know, he doesn't tell me that he loves me. I'm like, okay, let's have a look at that. What sort of things does he do? Oh, well, you know, he does this and he does this and he does this and he's fantastic at this and he's wonderful at this, but he just doesn't tell me he loves me. Well, maybe you need to talk to that person about it, because there's a conversation that needs to take place here, but you can't get angry or resentful because somebody's not saying the words. Maybe they're showing you, but they're not saying it. So if it's something that's important to you, you need to have that conversation. Otherwise it's oh, there you go. There's a conversation that brings clarity. Ace of Swords, beautiful energy to get right here. This is about having that conversation, that talk about what to expect from me, what I can expect from you, and if we have shortfalls in the middle, how are we going to maneuver those? Communication. Very, very potent here. All right, so we have the 5 of Cups coming through with the Justice card. Justice and the Star card with the Wheel of Fortune says to me every bit that you're meant to be with this person. There is definitely happiness here with the Ten of Cups, and quite possibly commitment with the Hierophant. So straight away I'm seeing all these really powerful cards here, flanked by stress and not trusting the journey. And right in the middle of it all is the Ace of Swords, saying that there just needs to be a conversation. I'm not really sure why we don't have those tough conversations with people. Maybe we're scared that they will break our heart and leave us if we ask for more than we're getting. But in reality, if you don't ask the questions, you're not going to get the answers, and you're going to be feeling resentful and angry that your person sees things in a very different way to what you do. And sometimes it's really difficult, because I do know people do have those conversations, and sometimes they are met with resistance. Well, this is the way I am and I'm not going to change. Maybe that's the time to exit the relationship. You can't change people. The only way people can change is if they want to make the changes themselves. And if they love you enough, maybe they can somehow work some sort of compromise around that if it's comfortable. You know, if you need to hear the words "I love you" more often, then I don't feel that's a tough ask for somebody. But if they feel uncomfortable saying it, maybe they don't feel that way. But whatever's happening here, this is definitely moving to marriage and commitment. But I'm feeling here with this Ten of Cups, this is what you're striving for. But there is a lot of feeling here that this is creating, whatever this is creating anxiety for you. You're stuck in this cycle of questioning everything instead of asking the questions. And maybe there's not an opportunity here to ask those questions, but maybe you're making an opportunity happen by moving forward. Sometimes we just have to take up that sword and clear the way for ourselves. But I feel like the potential is definitely here for something magical and something beautiful. But maybe you're sort of asking too much. Maybe you're not realizing that maybe this person is doing what you want them to do, but they're just doing it in a very different way. All right, let's have a look at the mini read again. All right, I see two people here are destined to be together, but at the moment they're both focusing on their own journey. There needs to be some sort of decision made here. I feel like the communication between the two of you has to be more considered. Because what we see here is we see the Queen here, and then later on we see the King after a lot of cards. But there is a lot going on between these two people. And at the moment they're focused on their own stuff. But here they are focused on the love they have for each other. But there's a lot of stress and anxiety that has to go under the bridge first. And I feel like a lot of change and new beginnings. But everything here looks like it starts with this. So if you're after something and you definitely want the commitment, and it is destined for you, then you're going to have those tough conversations. Open up the communication. All right, let's do a quick oracle card with that. I feel like I need to pull this one at random somehow. Oh, that's interesting. Earthed, okay. This is learning to be human in the world, but not of it. Now, what this brings to mind is sometimes we are role models certain behaviors, and we don't know that they're not how things are. So we, you know, from the time we're children, we're given media, movies, books, all of the things that make love and relationships look easy. So we see movies where people fall in love and it's all flowers and rainbows. And, you know, people say relationships shouldn't be difficult. Well, no, they shouldn't be if we have open communication. But that requires two people. And if only one person's putting in the effort, if only one person is giving to the relationship, it makes it very, very difficult for the other person to work with you. So this reading seems to be very much about two people coming together that love each other, but realizing that there are three components to this relationship. There is you, there is me, and there is the relationship. And we both need to invest in the relationship, not just in ourselves. Both are healthy. So we should be independent, self-sufficient human beings, but we also need to work on the relationship. And yet maybe that won't be hard work if we have open communication, we don't hold resentment, and we don't fight and argue about things. I feel like your person is on the same page with you, but when I see the Earth card, I feel like you both need to get grounded and have those conversations that will help you get this relationship on track. And then I feel like this can be a really, really good relationship. I'll leave you with that. Thanks, Leo.